Guys, a good marriage is like the Golden State Warriors. Hear me out before you hear me out, right? The Warriors weren't always the Warriors, right? You always have your honeymoon season, right? When you get married, you're on cloud nine, right? You're getting drafted. The first couple years, Steph and Draymond went on to the Warriors, and even Klay. We're going to throw Klay in that mix, right? But when the first couple years, the Warriors were the Warriors, they ain't win nothing, y'all. They struggled to find out who they really were, right? And as years progressed, they had conflict, but they found a way to navigate throughout that conflict to be the best versions of themselves, right? And then a couple years later, they won two couple championships. They added elements to make their culture better, and they won another championship. They had a down year where it looked like they were done, like they had nothing else going on in their life. And what happened the following year? They won another championship, right? The last year, they got into the playing game, they got out, and they came right back. Now they're the number one team in the West. They had the 15 years they've been in the NBA, the last decade, they got a championship ring 4 times. And I'm going to call it, they're going to get it this 5th time. How is that like a marriage? So many marriages fail. Mind you, over 50% of all marriages fail. One of the main reasons, no, the main reason is conflict. You have conflict. You're going to have conflict in your marriage. Things in your marriage are not always going to go the way you want them to go. It's not about the conflict that you have, it's how you handle the conflict. Me and my wife were married for 13 years, and I'm telling you straight up, the opposites, the complete opposites. She a dancer. I like hooping. She all about the clerical management work. I'm talking about grinding and getting it done. I could work on my cleanliness skills. Oh, she's clean to the T. Can you imagine the friction that we have in our marriage? The first couple of years of our marriage, it was rocky. Like it was about, no, I'm done. And the great thing is she never gave up because she had her eyes and she fully submitted to the Lord. Every conflict we had at the beginning, we battled heads up until it was no tomorrow and we were almost finished. 2 things that helped us out. First, more importantly, we seek God. We fully submitted ourselves to the Lord, right? Because in it, and I'm not going to quote no passages, but it said, hey, treat your wife like God treats the church. So I started worshiping her, respecting her on a different level, right? And I wanted to treat her how I wanted to be treated. And when we had conflict, we gained tools to handle that conflict. Think about Draymond Green. That brother crazy. If it wasn't for Draymond Green, the Warriors would have had 5 championships. And almost every game, he getting teched and kicked out the game. Do you think Steph Curry likes that? No. But they work well together. Do you think Draymond Green will be Draymond Green on any other team? No. But he works together, and he's the heartbeat of the Warriors. Do you think the Warriors would win all the championships? Do you think the Warriors would win 1 championship if they had 5 Steph Currys? No, because he doesn't play defense. You think the Warriors would win all the championships if they had 5 Draymond Greens? Absolutely not, because he can't do anything else but be a quarterback. It's not about opposites attract. It's not about, because you're not like me, we ain't gonna work out. No, no, no. How are we going to find out how to handle this conflict? When we butt heads, when we can't figure it out, how can we have tools to navigate through this conflict? Me and my wife are married for 13 years, and I'm in love with her to death. Sometimes I don't like her, but I always love her. A lot of the times I don't agree with her, but I always love her. And I ask myself every time I'm about to argue because I want to be right, because I want to be that man, what's more important, me being right or the relationship? So I want to challenge you. If you're in a marriage right now that you're like, no, we're done, we're filing those divorce papers right now, or we're separated for 10 years and we're moving on whether they like it or not, or hey, I'm about to get married, but man, this fool's pissing me off. I don't know if he's the one for me. I want to challenge you to get tools, to gear up for the trials and tribulations that you're going to have regardless in your marriage. Whether opposites are the attract or you got someone who's just like you. Conflict will happen. I want you to get armors, get tools, seek counseling if you need it. Therapy was our lifeline. I needed that mediator to help me get what I wanted to say and show me how to say it the right way. Be able to learn how to reflect. When they pop off, when you guys get in a conflict, take that step back and say, hold on, what did I do in this conflict to make us get here? Because one thing I realized in majority of my conflicts, there's things that I could have done to prevent this from even happening. And if you used all your tools, if you add ammo to try to handle that conflict in a not threatening way, then I understand. But before you quit, submit to the Lord and equip your tools to handle that conflict. Because I'm tired of seeing I get married today, divorced tomorrow, when all we needed was a better way to handle conflict.